Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Good day to all. I am Dr. Carmencita Padilla, one of the proponents of the newborn screening program in the Philippines. Join me in uncovering the wonderful story of newborn screening in our country. Together, let's zoom in on what makes NBS a comprehensive program for every Filipino, here at Newborn Screening in Focus. In this second season, join us again as we dive deep into the systems of the Philippine Newborn Screening Program. Study the partner organizations and their roles in making NBS an outstanding program, and in detail, discuss some congenital disorders from our expanded NBS panel of disorders. So without further ado, take a seat, get comfortable, as you're in for quite an adventure here at Newborn Screening in Focus.
Kaya dapat magpa-newborn screening.
When the newborn screening facility clinic in Aklan was established, we first made memorandum of agreement with the LGU, with the Provincial Health Office, and the RHUs to partner with us, in the recall of the patients with confirmed positive. And then yung mga DHWs, sila na yung i-call namin para sila na yung punta doon sa pasyente, so sa family, para i-remind sila na time na nila magdala ng baby nila doon sa clinic for follow-up. Tapos yung mga DHW pumupunta din sa clinic namin para mag-update, para mag-update sa kanila, mag-meet with them kung ano ng mga latest or kung ano mga issues na na-encounter namin in the recall of these patients. At saka pinapa-enroll sa indigency program ng LGU.
Kaya dapat magpa-newborn screening.
Welcome to the 23rd episode of Newborn Screening in Focus Season 2. In Season 1, we learned that the newborn screening program goes beyond the screening and diagnosis of disorders. We discussed the role of the newborn screening continuity clinics in the delivery of care to our patients. Now, currently, there are 33 newborn screening continuity clinics strategically located throughout the Philippine archipelago that serves as ambulatory clinics for patients diagnosed to have disorders in the NBS panel. These clinics facilitate the continuity of care of confirmed patients in the area of coverage. But with limited NBS continuity clinics in the country, it was difficult for patients from several provinces to access essential services. Due to the distance and financial constraints, many newborns cannot be brought to the continuity clinic, and this gave birth to the establishment of satellite clinics in the Western Visayas, Bicol, Davao, and Caraga regions. These clinics ensure confirmed cases in the provinces have access to treatment and management. In this episode, we will talk about the establishment of satellite clinics, the organizations, and key individuals behind this concept, and how the clinics are now providing access to care and long-term management in the provinces. To enlighten us about the establishment of satellite clinics, we will be joined by the lead persons who introduced the concept and establishment of satellite clinics in the Western Visayas, namely Dr. Renelyn Reyes, the former Regional Newborn Screening Program Manager in Western Visayas, and currently the consultant for the Western Visayas Medical Center Newborn Screening Continuity Clinic, and Dr. Karen June Ventilacion, a former medical specialist at the Newborn Screening Continuity Clinic and currently the unit head of the Newborn Screening Center of the West Visayas State University. So Dr. Karen and Dr. Ren, welcome to Newborn Screening in Focus. Before we proceed, Dr. Karen, Dr. Ren, can you explain your role in the newborn screening program? I'll start with Dr. Karen.
Yes, Ma'am Menchi. I joined the newborn screening program in 2014 as follow-up head of the Continuity Clinic. I was the follow-up head for 7 years. And then only last year, I transferred to the Newborn Screening Center, Visayas, as unit head.
Okay, so when Dr. Karen was mentioning the unit head of the Newborn Screening Center, that is basically the lab with the short-term follow-up in the Western Visayas. What about Dr. Ren?
I am Dr. Renz Reyes, the former Regional NBS Coordinator of Center for Health Development Western Visayas. I've handled newborn screening program for almost 15 years and been in DOH for 20 years. Recently, I transferred at Western Visayas Medical Center as also a consultant for the newborn screening continuity clinic in the hospital. So as a pediatrician, I think this is my advocate already as a newborn screening advocate for the All Baby Saving Lives. So before, I used to be a regional NBS coordinator for Western Visayas.
So I think, having the logo of DOH just emphasizes the point that DOH is in the big picture, and many of the things that we're doing in the program is in coordination with the Department of Health. So just for the audience, because we're talking about continuity clinics and satellite clinics, Dr. Karen, can you explain to the audience the difference between the two?
Okay. So the continuity clinics were set up to cater for the long-term follow-up of those patients who were confirmed positive under the newborn screening program. These clinics are situated in a level 2 or level 3, otherwise known as tertiary hospitals. These hospitals have the capacity, both infrastructure and manpower, to answer to the needs of these patients. Meaning it is headed by a team composed of a pediatrician and a nurse coordinator, newborn screening nurse coordinator. And it has on board series of subspecialists such as neonatologists, pulmonologists, developmental specialists, among others.
Okay, so maybe just for the audience, why did the program consider the setting up of the continuity clinic? I mean, when we were evaluating the program after 10 years, we realized that we did not have a structure for the follow-up of our patients confirmed to have a diagnosis. So together with the Department of Health, we decided that we were going to set up clinics across the country, and that we were going to put a pediatrician and a nurse as the core, and then any patient who is actually diagnosed from any of the 7 labs will be sent to this clinic for long-term care. Because, in newborn screening, if you cannot monitor them for life, then there is no purpose for the program. So that is the component of the continuity clinic. So I'm going to ask Dr. Ren now. So what is a satellite clinic?
So a satellite clinic is just a small clinic located in the different level 1 or maybe level 2 hospitals. So we thought of this is just to augment the services that is provided by the newborn screening continuity clinic. So these particular hospitals located in the provincial or maybe in a district hospital in Western Visayas, wherein there is a trained doctor in pediatrics. So it may be a diplomate or maybe has a training in the residency training in pediatrics, coupled with a nurse, usually an OPD nurse, as such that the newborn screening satellite clinic is likely situated in the OPD department of level 1 or level 2 hospital, or it is a provincial or district hospital. So the team is headed by a pediatrician and an NBS satellite nurse coordinator, as well as there is also a coordination with the nutritionist of that particular hospital. So these NBS satellite clinics have also scheduled clinics in the OPD department, and it is already an inherent service of that hospital in the outpatient basis. So they have only basic services such as assessment of anthropometric measurements, determining the signs and symptoms of the NBS disorders to determine whether the child is sick or well. They also have preliminary treatment and also looking into some follow-up care compliance of the patient. And some of these satellite clinics have also laboratories that could support the management in terms of long-term follow-up care of these patients. So this is how we conceptualize the satellite clinic in the different district and provincial hospital in Western Visayas.
Thank you, Dr. Wen. So maybe for our audience, I just want to explain the big picture. So we have the newborn screening center, wherein the tests are done. When the patient has a positive result, the patient is recalled. You all know this. The patient is recalled and a diagnosis is resolved. Positive ba o negative? And then the patient with the positive result goes to the continuity clinic. But you understand that the Philippines is an archipelago. So in other words, even if we have a clinic in the Western Visayas or in Iloilo, there are so many islands around the regional clinic. So as Dr. Wen was saying, they decided that in addition to the main continuity clinic, there will be a network of smaller clinics to take care of the patients. So this is really the network of referral. So am I correct, Dr. Karen, in the statement that very similar, we have very similar functions? Am I correct? It's just the area of responsibility that's different. Is that a correct statement, Dr. Karen?
That's right, Ma'am Menchi. They have similar roles and responsibilities, yet quite different in a sense that continuity clinics have the services of subspecialists, whereas the satellite clinics, the team is composed of the trained pediatrician, and the nurse and the nutritionist. However, one of their role is to refer patients who needs to be seen by subspecialists.
Okay, so parang, kailangan makita nyo kasi yung buong network eh. Kulang kasi tayo ng specialist sa Pilipinas. So, hindi pwede talaga nasa isang lugar lang talaga ang ating clinic, no? So what Western Visayas has done is to create a network of referral for these patients. So, Dr. Wen, what are the challenges of setting up a satellite clinic?
So I think we have a lot of challenges in terms of setting up the satellite clinic in Western Visayas. It took us almost 5 years in initiating the 15 satellite clinics in the region. We initially have many changes in terms of protocols and arrangements with the satellite clinics and the different local government units. Actually, ma'am, we started last 2015, wherein there is the initial operation of the newborn screening continuity clinic in Iloilo City. And then we realized that many of the hospital has the capacity also to manage the cases. So as such, in 2016, the initial concept was really a sentinel sites. So in the sentinel site, we map out actually most of the number of the NBS disorders. So which of the municipality or city has the most number of NBS disorders? Then thereafter, we also identify what district hospital or maybe provincial hospital we will set up the sentinel site or the satellite clinic. Then after that, we gathered the human resource, and these are the pediatrician. We call the PPS chairperson at that time, Dr. Tina Wu, was the chair of the PPS Region 6, and also selected members, especially the specialists, in order for us to track which of the district hospital or provincial hospital has a graduate of pediatric residency training program. Then thereafter, we gathered also specialists such as the only pedia endocrinologist in Region 6 because we are lucky to have one. And also, we borrowed Dr. Barbie Cavan as the geneticist of the whole Visayas. We asked also the help of pedia neurologists and pedia hematologists who are present here in the region in order to make an orientation module on how to clinically manage these NBS disorders. So after that, we tried to capacitate the different health workers in the identified provincial and district hospital as already called as the satellite clinics. Then thereafter, we engaged with them a lot of times, but there are so many challenges, especially in determining the site as well as determining the nurse of the OPD as well as the clinic hours and clinic days for this NBS satellite clinics.
Okay, so you are giving us a picture of what happens in the clinic, no, Dr. Ren. What kind of support are you getting from the hospital, may I ask, at the satellite clinic?
So the different satellite clinics, initially, the first thing that we called were the frontliners. But thereafter, we already start to connect with the head of the hospitals, the chief of hospitals, and the chief nurses. As such, they provided us with the space in the OPD clinics, as well as the scheduled day of the clinic follow-up, as well as some of the laboratories that would be free of charge for those indigent NBS cases. And also, they provided us with time for them to be capacitated so that we will be providing them with continuous technical assistance and capacity to manage these babies in order to have good compliance in terms of long-term follow-up services.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Wen. So the support that you are getting from the hospital is basically space and personnel integrated in the existing system because we're not hiring extra people, right? Ito na yung chief nurse, ito na yung nurse doon, ito yung pediatrician doon. And I think this is if we have directors, hospital directors who are listening to us, maybe this is an appeal that you can actually be part of the program if you are willing to give us the space and the integration into your program. You can also have a satellite clinic. Now, I want to talk about volume, no? So, Dr. Karen, when you were the continuity clinic head, how many patients were you handling just for your clinic at the beginning? Ilan ang na-endorse sa'yo at the start?
Yes. We have approximately an average of 15 to 20 patients per consultation. That's at the continuity clinic.
But how many patients were endorsed to you by the lab, by the NSC?
By the center.
Yes, for the center.
We have around 300 plus, nearly 400 endorsed patients from the newborn screening center.
So maybe Dr. Wen has the information, just how many patients are being endorsed by the NSC Visayas to the continuity clinic. Do you have that information, Dr. Wen?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the volume of patient really provide us with this kind of anticipation that there would be an increasing number of endorsed patients in the continuity clinics. Thus, we thought of the satellite clinics to more or less help the continuity clinics. In 2015, when the continuity clinic in Iloilo City, the West Visayas State University Medical Center was the first continuity clinic in Iloilo and the whole of Region 6. They started to endorse from the center to around 316 confirmed cases. Years go by, there is an increasing number of cases. And in 2023, as of last month, we have already almost 800 confirmed cases endorsed by the short-term follow-up care clinic. So this warrants us really to make strategies in order for us to have very good compliance in terms of long-term follow-up services for the babies.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ren. So maybe just to share with you that there are at least several thousands who are being monitored now across the country. So what they're saying now is that they have a share of 800 patients they have to monitor for life. And the follow-up can be anywhere from once a month to once in 3 months to once a year, depending on the complexity of the condition. So we are doing this because the ordinary hospital does not have this setup. We had to set it up to make sure that these patients take their medicine, get the blood, the testing done, so that they remain normal and functional. So you've mentioned the challenges, but I asked on what kind of support the hospitals are giving, because I want to thank them for adopting a satellite clinic, and maybe this is also an appeal for other hospitals who may want to do this, because from an initial of I think we had 15 at the beginning, no? Now we have 33, but these numbers will only increase if we have another hospital that's going to come on board. Dr. Ren mentioned that the lab tests are free. That is also one reason why we want the satellite clinic or the continuity clinic to be assigned in a government hospital, because we want to make sure that there is no extra cost to the program. But I also want to thank the Department of Health, because I know that some of the patients are being supported in terms of transportation and maybe some of the medications that the patients need. So the continuity clinic, it was not mentioned, but let me just mention that the continuity clinic does not only cover the follow-up. As a matter of fact, if they need a metabolic formula, they also are the ones in charge of distributing the metabolic food to these patients. But the time is so short. Time's up again, but I don't want to end without getting some, a few words from both our guests. So maybe let me start with maybe Dr. Karen, maybe a message to our coordinators who are watching us right now. Give us a message of hope so that they know that they have to send those patients and monitor them and pass them on to you, to the continuity clinics. Dr. Karen?
To our audience, I would like to say that the Newborn Screening Center Visayas specifically, and the newborn screening program in general, are composed of dedicated, hardworking, passionate men and women whose main goal is to bring newborn screening to each family in our region, especially those who need the services of newborn screening. At the same time, I would like to express my desire that to further improve our delivery of services, we would like to encourage the partnership or join in partnership with the LGUs, and probably later on with non-government organizations. Thank you, Ma'am.
Dr. Ren?
So all we know that health services are envisioned to be addressing the ills from womb to tomb. Newborn screening has saved lives in the past, and I hope and I know that it will continue to save lives today and the years to come. The program remains a valuable initiative for the wellness of babies and achieve the quality of life for each individual. May the program continue to thrive by exposing the truths behind misconceptions and eradicate misinformation surrounding genetic conditions. This shall then assist on how appropriate treatment can be given to patients and bring about healing to each affected family. To our partners, especially the parents, in fervent efforts to win over these health adversaries, we salute you on your supportive engagement with the program, helping us to achieve better compliance results. to our stakeholders, the program managers, the local government units. May they will create a lasting impact to the well-being of our Save Babies, propel your enthusiasm to reach more lives. As we go beyond our current capacities, as well as our limitations, we wanted to see more saved lives and lighten the world with our Save Newborn Smile.
Thank you, Dr. Ren. Thank you, Dr. Karen, for being part of the program. The Continuity Clinic is a unique contribution of the Philippines to the newborn screening program. I'm not aware of any other country in the world which actually has continuity clinics, because usually the patients are just referred to a medical center. So I want to thank everybody who's been part of this unique addition to the program, because without you, then the patients cannot be monitored. As the number of confirmed positive patients increase through the years and the newborn screening program in the Philippines progresses over time, it has developed a more comprehensive system of long-term care follow-up care. The establishment of satellite clinics in the regions made long-term follow-up services more accessible and attainable, especially to the patients who live in far-flung areas. The increase in the patient recall rate and improved number of patients who are treatment compliant are evidence of the success of the implementation of the newborn screening program in the regions where satellite clinics are located. These clinics also provided support in addressing the challenges during the height of the pandemic by ensuring that patients receive uninterrupted services and continuity of care. With the goal of establishing more satellite clinics and continuity clinics in different provinces, the newborn screening program will continue to serve and provide lifelong follow-up, treatment, and management protocols for the saved patients to live a normal, quality life. To our virtual audience, please send us your comments, questions, or the list of topics that you want us to cover in our succeeding episodes. Email us at info@information.ph, or you may tweet us at newbornscreenph, and also include the hashtag #ENBSPH. Don't forget to answer this week's quiz on our ENBS mobile app and earn those points and use them to redeem shop vouchers. We continue to improve our services through an open dialogue about our experiences in newborn screening. It is our hope that through this video series, we extend the sharing of knowledge with greater reach, empower our frontliners, improve connectivity with newborn screening coordinators, and most importantly, provide unparalleled service to every family. For our next episode, we will discuss the role of NBS nurses in implementing and managing NBS in the Philippine General Hospital, the largest training hospital in the Philippines. This and more here in Newborn Screening in Focus. Nothing is more precious than seeing a child grow healthy and normal. Let's realize this through newborn screening. Newborn screening is a gift of life.